and we're about to take the green flag here at Pocono for 40 laps as Kyle Thomas in the number 40 leads us. And you see here right now I sound a lot more clear. I fixed my mic, yay me. And right now for this race it looks like the high side. We saw it in practice too. You can get a huge run off of turn number 1 down to the backstretch for a lot of momentum. If you're using that low side and you're trying to pass somebody in turn number 1, you're gonna have a bad time. No, you're gonna actually lose a lot of spots because you're just gonna lose a lot of momentum because of how the banking is. You're gonna slide up and possibly hit the car above you. And pole sitter Kyle Thomas comes around and leads lap number 1 of today's race. Let's hope that everyone is going to be okay in this race. So I had a couple test races where one time somebody came or was over the catch fence. So yeah, so Kyle Thomas with a nice lead right now. Let's check where's points leader Michael Finch in the 00 at. He's running 27th around that area right now. And oh, we have a crash early on in the race. Look at him, we're trying to avoid it. Murphy goes around. Plord hits that wall hard as well, so does Jackie Tang. And we got a pile up in the back here. Henry Nova looks like he's involved. And Dylan Young goes on his roof. How about that? Kyle Thomas leads us back. Let's take a look at what brought out the caution when we come back. Alright, so coming into turn 2, Henry Nova gets a little tap from Joe Davis in the 8 and just slides up the track. Look at LJ Mills just barely get clipped on that left rear quarter panel. As let's take one more look at it because trying to get a good angle on it. As you see, Jackie Tang gets hit, and actually I thought Henry Nova just spun trying to avoid the wreck. He actually gets turned by Jackie Tang right there. And Connor Germain and Jessica Shelton, Michael Finch, Bobby Jones, and Eugene DeMax really get lucky there. As you see the pile up here. As watch Dylan Young in the 24 right there. He is going to get put on his roof somehow in just a second. He's getting put over by Flickinger and James Shelley. And there he goes. So let's take you back to the green flag as the first caution of the day comes at lap number 2 here at Pocono. And here we go, we're going to go back green here as pit stops round around as Dylan Schwallenberg is the leader. As Dylan Young in the 24 is a lapped car. It looks like he does not even have any damage. It looks like they fixed the car pretty well as green flag waves. Schwallenberg gets a great start, pushed by Joe Davis in that 8 Chevrolet. As like you said, look at that outside, they'll get a huge run. And Schwallenberg looking good in this race right now. He was up front earlier, or he was up front at the beginning of this race, and he's been up here ever since. As here comes Joe Davis trying to go for the lead here. They're going to be battling for a little bit as these are the only 2 cars. And then you got Dylan Young, the lapped car, and then you got Kyle Matthews, Kyle Thomas, and Chris Washer. Let's look at the dive bomb right there from PJ Williams. As Davis and Scholm are going to be side by side coming to the line, but about 3/4 of a car length. It's Dylan Schwallenberg in the 6. Because Kyle Matthews maybe trying to see what he can do on that bottom. Maybe if he thinks that the lapped car will be different. But it does not. It's actually the same concept as Dylan Young actually passes Joe Davis in the 8. Dylan Young right now running in 42nd because nobody retired from the race and he is the only lapped car, I believe. Yes, he is. And right now Schwallenberg has the lead over Joe Davis by about 4 car lengths. And their single file is Chris Washer and Kyle Matthews are actually battling behind them. as Dylan Schwallenberg comes around to lead once again another lap as he leads here at Pocono. And here's our pole sitter, Kyle Thomas here. He's going to be in 3 wide coming in turn number 2, and oh, they make contact. And there they go. Thomas and Lamas make contact. As Jake Baskinger gets hit hard, and so is Bobby Jones in the 13. It's a huge pileup back here. Seth Cole gets heavy damage, and so does Preston Plore, DJ Curtis, Scabnicki a little bit. Anthony blows an engine. I believe he plowed Baskinger. I think he tried to avoid him. And was it Schwallenberg leaning us back once again? Yes, it was. So let's take a quick look. And we have another crash coming off of 3. So let's take one more look at this part right here. Did Gene Sanford turn him or what? Oh, just Baskinger gets hit again. Oh my goodness. Let's take a look at this crash and see what happened. As like we saw Thomas and Baskinger. Let's check a little bit back here. As that's where, and then right here. Oh boy, a lot of heavy damage for most of these cars. As you see, this whole pack right here gets involved. And this is where the second incident was involved. Fibrosis actually turns Baskinger right into Lamas and Plord, or excuse me, LJ Mills and Plord, and a huge crash on lap number 11. As we'll take you back to the green flag.
GG.
And here we go, back racing here after the crash, as Kyle Matthews leads us. And he heads us into turn number 1 as he gets a nice restart. Dylan Young once again another lapped car. Or once again the lapped car. He's back. He's second in line right now. And right behind him is Chris Washer in second position. So right now we're watching Dylan Young as Chris Washer attempts to dive bomb the corner. Schwallenberg making a little contact with Jessica Shelton in 29. As it looks like Danford looking to make it 3 wide possibly. No. Right now, Chris Washer getting held up by Dylan Young in the 24. As he's not going to look low. Oh, he does. I was going to say he probably shouldn't even look low due to the fact that you're not going to get a nice run going into 1. Since Dylan Young has like a clean car right now. As Dylan Young gets that huge run coming off of 1, it's a big thing right there for the end of this race. And Kyle Matthews still leading here as here comes Schwallenberg in second. As he might clear him. As what is Kyle Matthews doing? He's low. He's coming down into pit road. The leader is coming down pit road for an unscheduled pit stop. And so is that's the 8 of Joe Davis. Both of them are coming down. I don't know why, but Schwallenberg now has the lead. And Kyle Matthews in. Look at that. They're in and out of their pit stall. I don't know what's going on. Wow. So the leader taken out of the lead, and he's going to be all the way back to the end of the field as Dylan Schwallenberg is now in the lead, followed by Chris Washer, Shelton, and PJ Williams in your top 5. And here's Schwallenberg still holding that lead as the green flag pit stops are getting underway. Look at Dylan Young, maybe trying to use the outside to get that run, as he's been trying to all race long, as Zach Danford's in second, Andy Ball third, PJ Williams, and, excuse me, Nick Pericles in 5th. Kyle Thomas with some damage, holding up Dylan Schwallenberg in the 6th. Is Schwallenberg coming down pit road? No. Is anyone coming down pit road? Doesn't look like anyone's coming down pit road this time around. Schwalmberg's trying to get around the lapped car of Kyle Thomas in the 40. Ah, 1 second. My game is lagging once again. Schwallenberg, 20. Let's see, I saw his name in 26th in points. If he can get this win, he'd probably move himself up into maybe the top 15. As this next pit stop they're gonna have will settle them for the rest of the race. As I saw about 6 guys coming down pit road. None of them. Oh, here comes Fibrosis and Bobby Jones. Schwalmberg once again goes low. He's using the inside to his advantage. Wow. And Kyle Thomas still ahead of Dylan Schwallenberg. As the lapped car, as Zach Danford's catching him, as Schwallenberg trying to just hold off himself until he has to come down to pit road, because I think he might be almost out of fuel. Oh, and here he comes. Who's that staying out? That's the 99 of PJ Williams. And basically the leaders are coming in, so we will keep an eye on them. As everyone's coming down pit road for the most likely the final time today. As they're going to take some tires, 4 tires and fuel, it looks like. Looks like it for Schwallenberg. Is he going to take right sides only? Yes, so put the whole tank of fuel, or whole cans of fuel. And he'll come out first, followed by Dylan Young and Zach Danford. As he gets a nice lead coming out of pit road over the rest of the field. And I don't know if that could seal the deal for Dylan Schwallenberg here. And here we go at lap 31. The end of green flag pit stops are around. As here's Michael Walton, who was actually second. And he's going to come up into Jessica Shelton. Caution is out. Is anyone else involved? No. It's only these two, Michael Walton and Jessica Shelton. Wow. Schwallenberg's most definitely going to lead us. Look at that. Dylan Young making a power move. Past PJ Williams, and I don't think he's going to be happy about that. Neither is Schwallenberg with that caution. That caution he did not need with the lead he has right now. So, Schwallenberg leads us to the caution flag. We'll see how this race will fan out as we come back green. So, with 5 laps to go, Dylan Schwallenberg has the lead. PJ Williams in second. And any retirees from that race? No. Green flag waves. All single foul. Mostly everybody trying to go to the high side. Maybe got to run. As Schwallenberg blocks Dylan Young to the high side. As he's going to come into turn 1 with a huge run over the whole field. He's been great on the short runs. Could this be another good short run for him to round out the race and take the win? As he has led a bunch of laps today. As Danford gets real close to Dylan Young in the 24. And Schwallenberg is loving this. He doesn't even have to worry about his mirror right now. He just has to worry what's in front of him. And his spotter telling him if there's a caution or whatever's going to happen. As they're all spread out, trying to get as many positions possible. See how many points they can gain heading into the halfway point of Daytona. It's Dylan Young, not even a factor of the race. is right now on that high side, right where other drivers should probably be. As we're watching Dylan Young right now. Will we end this out under caution with the exciting racing we could have at the end of the race? And Danford not good on that low side. He's going to try and make it work. But that outside is it's just a hit right there for some of those guys. It's Dylan Schwallenberg leads us with 3 to go. PJ Williams on the outside with like we said, the run he's going to get off of 1. He's actually pushing Dylan Young maybe to help. He'll try and make a slingshot move heading into turn 2. Will he do what he did to Dylan Young? No, he's actually going to give him the room there. But is PJ going to get him? They're side by side heading into 3. PJ's making it work. He's making that 99. He could make it a Roush 1-2 right now. Or he is. My bad. 2 laps to go for Dylan Schwallenberg in the 6. As they're 3 wide for second. As obviously Dylan Young is going to get the advantage. PJ Williams, a good second place finish here could really help him. As they can move him into the top 5, and caution is out. Pericles is around. So is Connor Germain and Bobby Jones. And Connor Germain and Henry Nova go upside down. So does LJ Mills. Oh my goodness. And coming off turn 4, or turn 3, Dylan Schwallenberg tames the tricky triangle. He wins at Pocono. Wow. And your top 5 is Dylan Schwallenberg, PJ Williams, Zach Danford, Chris Washer, and Ian Dutta. Dutta once again gains some more spots, as that'll move him from 29th to maybe about 25th or 23rd. Wow. Congrats to Dylan Schwallenberg on grabbing the win at Pocono, a much needed win, as that gives him his first top 10 on the season. And Damax does not get another, and he gets another high top 20 as he gets a 12th place finish. So no top 10s yet for Eugene Damax, and no top 10s for Jessica Shelton right now, and Qualls wrecked out, and Bobby Jones yet to have a top 10. Cole Dowley's already had 2, or this is going to be his second. This is going to be his second top 10. Right now, Michael Finch is 4, along with James Shelley and Pericles and Charlie Rodriguez. No, yeah, he had 3 and he gets 1 right now. So this is the checkered flag right here. So Dylan Schwallenberg in the number 6 come around, take the checkered flag at Pocono. He wins officially.